The man accused of the deadly shooting at the Gorge said he was hallucinating and thought the world was ending. What happened during his appearance in court today?
Warm, sunny weather is back in the forecast. I'll let you know how warm it's going to get for Hoop Fest weekend.
The West Bonner School Board moves forward with their new choice for superintendent. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. Well, tonight, the West Bonner School Board announced it's hiring a superintendent by Monday. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Aaron Luna.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. The school board announced last week in a meeting that lasted just minutes that they were going to stick with their decision in hiring Brandon Durst over interim superintendent Susie Lucky. New on Nightside. Durst was at the school board meeting tonight speaking with parents. Durst ran for Idaho State Superintendent and is a former Idaho State representative. He was also an Idaho State Senator. When asked by the crowd if he was deterred by the backlash, he responded that, quote, he liked a challenge. Many people in the crowd saying they were frustrated by the board's decision. The district is already strapped for cash because of its levy failing.
So again, is this 105 or whatever amount of money just going to go to him and not pay for schools, for the sports for my children, our children of this community?
The West Bonner School Board Chair, Keith Rutledge, says they will be negotiating Durst's contract on Friday and meeting publicly on Monday to approve it. The school board was going to discuss the budget today, but have decided to table it for another meeting. We'll continue to keep you updated on this as it develops. For the very latest information and the previous coverage, you can head to our website, kxly.com.
Well, the first day of summer is almost officially in the books. Didn't really feel like it.
No, but it was nice enough for a walk, and I think a lot of the dogs, it was bring your dog to work day.
Yes, it was.
Enjoyed the weather today, Chris.
Yes, it was very comfortable in the 60s. Summer, as you mentioned, is officially underway. Started today at 7:57 in the morning. That was the summer solstice. Our highs today were running about 10 degrees below average, however, much more spring-like. 66 in Spokane, 65 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. We are going to be right back up around average tomorrow, but first, a cool start to Thursday. We're down in the 40s again tomorrow morning with mostly clear skies. Our high temperatures tomorrow back up in the average range in the mid-70s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, a 10-degree jump from today. 76 in Moscow and Pullman, and in the 80s in Lewiston, Moses Lake, Wenatchee, Grand Coulee, as well as Omak. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow with generally light winds. Again, starting the day off in the 40s, but we're heading up to a high of 76. 75 is our average high. We are going to get even warmer as we get into Hoop Fest weekend. I'll tell you all about it coming up in your 7-day forecast. Aaron?
Chris, thank you. The man accused of killing 2 people, injuring 3 others in the shooting at the Gorge Amphitheater campground over the weekend made his first appearance in court.
James Kelly is facing 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of first-degree assault, and 1 count of first-degree domestic assault. And according to court documents, Kelly went to the Beyond Music Festival with his girlfriend and was high on mushrooms. He said he was hallucinating and thought the world was coming to an end. The couple ran back to his truck that was parked in the camping area. Kelly then pulled out a gun and started shooting, and that is when he killed Brandy Escamilla and Jocelyn Ruiz while they were walking in that area. He then injured 3 other people, including his girlfriend, but not before she called 911. The Grant County Sheriff said that 911 call played a big role in their response time and their ability to eventually shoot Kelly and apprehend him.
It was a short phone call, but at least it was able to get us information that we need of what was actually actively happening in the area of that campground.
No bail was set. Kelly will remain in custody. The judge also presented no contact orders between Kelly and all 3 of the surviving victims, including his girlfriend. Kelly will be back in court July 5th.
The Supreme Court is meeting behind closed doors tomorrow to consider whether they should add a Second Amendment case next term, focusing on a federal law that bans people with domestic violence restraining orders from having guns. In this current case, the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals decided the domestic violence-related gun law is unconstitutional. Critics say the move will make it easier for alleged abusers to obtain firearms.
Police are asking people to check their security cameras to help them find the people responsible for multiple reports of graffiti in one Coeur d'Alene neighborhood. You're looking at just 2 photos from 11 different reports of graffiti over the weekend. Police say that nearly 20 items were damaged from the paint, including street signs, mailboxes, and cars. And people who live or work near Bluegrass Park, West Kathleen Avenue, and the Industrial Loop area west of Atlas Road in Coeur d'Alene are encouraged to contact their local police department.
As we inch closer to Hoop Fest weekend, tonight's the night to look for your team's bracket. Brackets are now live on the Hoop Fest app. Team check-in starts tomorrow. There's a lot more you'll want to know before the world's largest 3-on-3 basketball tournament takes over downtown Spokane, including which roads will be closed and where you should park. We have all that information and more. It's in this story on KXLY.com.
And with that said, time for a quick look at sports. I'm Julian Minensone, and Hoop Fest tipped off with a special event tonight. The 2nd annual Hooptown USA Hall of Fame induction ceremony took place at Riverfront Park. Hooptown honored 4 individual members and 1 team. This year's inductees include Northwest Basketball Camp founder Fred Crowell, Spokane and Hoop Fest basketball legend Sean Furch, Spokane native and assistant coach for the Connecticut Sun Brianne January, Gonzaga assistant women's coach Stacy Kleinsmith, and the 1996 Whitworth men's basketball team. Some of the inductees are longtime Hoop Fest players. Kleinsmith was one of them. She was on a team that won the women's elite division. So when she steps on the court again this year, it'll be as a Hall of Famer.
It's overwhelming and exciting, very humbling. I'm honored to be recognized, I think, by your hometown for something that you have a passion about and have loved to do is pretty special.
In Hoop Fest, all that fun begins on Saturday, and like Aaron mentioned, the brackets have been released, and you can see where your family and friends are playing right now on the Hoop Fest app. Live in the studio, Julian Minensone, 4 News Now Sports.
Julian, thank you. Coming up, why Washington now has the highest gas prices in the nation.
And the clock is ticking for the missing deep sea sub and the 5 people on board. The worldwide race against time continues.
California man is turning 100. The fun idea his family had to celebrate the big day. That's next on Nightside.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Sweet Palace and Sapphire Jewelry in Phillipsburg, Montana.
Your Broadway wishes granted at Disney's Aladdin. Audiences and critics agree Aladdin is fabulous and extravagant. With unforgettable music and sensational dance numbers, it's exactly what you wish for. Get your tickets today and see for yourself the breathtaking spectacle that only Disney can deliver.
June 27th through July 2nd at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Visit BroadwaySpokane.com.
4 News Now wants to take you inside the walls of Sacred Heart Children's Hospital to meet brave children and their caregivers. Miracle Mondays, brought to you by your locally owned Inland Northwest Ace dealers.
I had a lot of bad days with gout, but that one took the wedding cake. Even with medicine, my uric acid was still too high to stop painful gout buildup. Then a gout specialist told me about Cristexa.
Cristexa is a prescription medicine for adults with gout whose symptoms are not controlled by other gout medicines.
I learned Cristexa quickly starts working to break down gout buildup.
Cristexa is an infused medicine. Serious life-threatening allergic reactions can occur while taking Cristexa. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms such as shortness of breath, trouble breathing, dizziness, itching, or swelling of the throat or tongue. Cristexa is not recommended if you have high levels of uric acid without a history of gout. Do not take Cristexa if you have a rare disorder called G6PD deficiency or favism. Before receiving Cristexa, tell your doctor if you have a history of heart problems and all the medicines you take. Cristexa may cause gout flare-ups, allergic reactions, nausea, bruising, sore throat, constipation, chest pain, and vomiting.
I received Cristexa for about 6 months. Now I'm in control, not gout.
Find a doctor who specializes in gout at goutdocnow.com.
Pop the champagne, humanity. We've done it.
Celebrate your night with big winners, shocking thrills, and living legends.
You know, I've always thought of you as Dave Jr.
Every hair on my body is standing up right now.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
Beat the heat. Always water before 10 a.m. or after 6 p.m.
Thanks for staying up with Nightside. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be dry and cool tonight Much warmer on Thursday, about 10 degrees warmer. Then we're into the 80s for Hoop Fest, staying dry through Sunday and possibly beyond. Your forecast for tomorrow, a high of 76, sunny and warm. Northeast winds at just 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's a look at our temperature trend over the next 7 days. This white line is average. It's in the mid 70s. Will be right about average tomorrow and then above through the 7-day forecast. Indications are that will be the trend going out in the 8 to 14-day forecast right on through the 4th of July. Here's a look at what else you can expect. Blue skies and sunshine. We'll have a couple of nights in the 40s and then it's 50s through the rest of the 7-day. We'll see a few more clouds working their way through the region next week and then the potential for some rain Tuesday and Wednesday. But that has been sort of flip-flopping back and forth in our computer models. So stay tuned and we will keep you updated as that approaches. I'll be back in just a few minutes. I've got some Wildlife Wednesday photos for you. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. New on Nightside, the clock is ticking for the missing deep sea sub and the 5 people on board as their oxygen runs out.
And despite the challenges, search and rescue crews remain focused on the mission. Gio Benitez has the story.
Tonight, rescuers are running out of time and options to save the crew of the missing Titan submersible. Those 5 passengers trapped inside could have just under 14 hours of breathable air left.
This is a search and rescue mission, 100%. We'll continue to put every available asset that we have in an effort to find the Titan and the crew members.
Since yesterday, sonar buoys have detected several banging-like underwater noises, but a search has turned up nothing. Navy experts now studying those sounds.
We need to have hope, right? But I can't tell you what the noises are.
But with the clock ticking down, rescue options are limited. Tonight, there are no ships from the U.S. or any other country on scene that could lift the 23,000-pound Titan if it's still submerged. A Navy deep salvage system has arrived in Newfoundland, but it's days away from the search zone. A French ship is expected to arrive tonight with a deep-sea robot equipped with cameras and arms that could free the sub if it was stuck, but it cannot lift it to the surface. Tonight, the crew facing dire conditions in that 22-foot-long capsule in the dark with temperatures below freezing.
Your body will start shivering to generate heat, and that will use up more oxygen. So that's not a good thing.
The sub is the only passenger vessel in the world capable of taking a group that size to the Titanic, 2.4 miles underwater. Mike Reese was on that trip just last year.
It is always in the back of your head that this is dangerous and any small problem will turn into a major catastrophe.
The crew on Titan expeditions is locked in from the outside with 17 bolts with no escape hatch. Seen here in this CBS Sunday Morning profile on Ocean Gate and its founder, Stockton Rush.
Copy that.
Who insisted the Titan is high-tech but simple to operate.
We run the whole thing with this game controller. The pressure vessel is not MacGyvered at all because that's where we work with Boeing and NASA and the University of Washington. Everything else can fail. Your thrusters can go, your lights can go, you're still going to be safe.
But the University of Washington tells ABC News it was not involved in the design, engineering, or testing of the Titan. NASA saying they were consulted but did not conduct testing and manufacturing via its workforce or facilities. Tonight, the fate of 5 explorers hanging in the balance.
Finding them is the first step. They still have to get them on the ship and they still have to unbolt them. So plug that into your clock.
And at this point, it really looks like the best chance they have is if the Titan floats up to the surface and they are found between now and tomorrow morning. That is when the air runs out. Gio Benitez, ABC News, Halifax, Nova Scotia.
The FAA is launching the Stand Up for Safety campaign to help reduce the number of aircraft involved in near collisions. It's requiring thousands of air traffic controllers to attend new monthly training. The agency said it will dig into topics that are driven by data and seasonal challenges. The first topic will address reducing incidents at airports. In recent months, the FAA has made other changes in ATC towers and facilities, including requiring supervisors to have a more hands-on presence during busy times.
Well, more people in Washington are concerned about high gas prices.
Why wouldn't you be? According to AAA, Washington now has the highest gas prices in the nation on average, about $4.93 as of today. Driving to work every day in Spokane, Stacy Drury noticed higher gas prices at the pump. As food prices are on the rise, she says it's worth coming to State Line, Idaho to fill up her tank. The gas prices there nearly $1 less than in Washington.
Worth it to come out here. It took me 10 minutes to get here, and I'm getting almost free gas.
The head of petroleum analysis at Gas Buddy, Patrick DeHaan, says the implementation of Washington's new law to cap carbon emissions could be one of the factors. Starting the first of the year, the new law took effect to curb climate change. That could cost refineries more to emit greenhouse gas emissions. Experts say rising gas prices in Washington may last for the next couple of weeks.
The start to summer usually means the start to higher utility bills as costs rise with the temperatures. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, average electricity prices are expected to rise about 2% from last year. While the latest consumer price index showed energy costs declined at 3.6% in May, prices are still too high for a lot of people.
It's going to be a long summer. Now it's a matter of, will I have enough money for rent?
I think of the people who are going to have to make choices between paying their electricity bill, paying for food, paying for medicine or health care.
So here are some tips to keep your utility bills down. Use your dishwasher instead of hand washing. Raise the thermostat and use a fan, and switch to more efficient LED light bulbs. Also, wash your laundry on cold and check if your air ducts have holes or clogs.
Lab-grown meat has been cleared for production and sale in the U.S. How it's made, that's next on Nightside.
Later tonight on Nightline, time running out for the crew of the Titan. Can search teams make a breakthrough? The latest on the search. Plus, Robin Roberts one-on-one with Victor Wembanyama, the 7'3" French basketball phenom set to go #1 in the NBA draft.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
Animals are part of our families and sometimes help us to earn our livelihoods. Include them when preparing for emergencies. Make sure to have the supplies ready for them to evacuate if necessary. If you need help evacuating your animals during an emergency, call 911. Spokane County's Livestock Emergency Evacuation Team is ready to help. Request help sooner rather than later to give the volunteer team a better chance to safely evacuate your animals. Remember, call 911 for assistance with evacuating animals.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team at Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com denominated. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Summer storms, sudden, intense, dangerous. 4 News Now First Alert Weather warns you in advance.
Up to quarter-size hail.
Keeping you informed until the threat is past and your family is safe. On the air, on the app, only on 4 News Now.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Spring into adventure and get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Equinox models or get $1,250 cash allowance. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Schedule your comprehensive eye exam at shopko.com or bring in your outside prescription.
4 News Now is brought to you by Disney's Aladdin, the hit Broadway musical.
Thanks for staying up with Nightside.
The kennel, she gets a little nervous.
Well, some of you may have heard the sounds of barking at the office today, or in the studio, depending on where you work.
Paying attention.
It was Bring Your Dog to Work Day in downtown Spokane, and local businesses were set up with water and treats, all ready for your four-legged friends. Local businesses like Bark say they hope events like this bring in more customers. An ongoing struggle 3 years since the pandemic hit. Bark opened in August of 2020, right during the pandemic, and it's still struggling to reach capacity. So events like this, they say, really do help. Bring Your Dog to Work Day is just one of the events that Downtown Spokane Partnership is hosting this summer as a way to welcome people back to downtown.
Ever since COVID, I guess the curtain was lifted a little bit, we've seen more business, and we'd just like to see it that way. We had opened up right in the middle of COVID, and so we never really hit capacity. So we're expecting to see some more of that, and just looking forward to it.
Well, this isn't the only event helping businesses out this week. Of course, Hoop Fest is this weekend, and businesses like Bark say they are, of course, looking forward to that extra boost.
New on Nightside, people in downtown Spokane weren't the only dog lovers celebrating a special day. Robert Moore of San Jose, California is turning 100, and to celebrate his birthday, his family had an idea.
This is so cute. They put the word out for families to come by with their dogs to surprise Robert and wish him a happy birthday, but they had no idea just how many people would show up. Whit Johnson shows us.
The dogs starting to arrive in pickup trucks and classic cars. And just look at the line. Dog after dog with their owners around the block.
Oh my goodness. Happy birthday.
There's Hazel.
This is Hazel right here.
Lila, too. Jax in his bow tie.
Hi, Jax. You're a good boy.
And Shotzi wearing a cowboy hat.
Happy birthday.
The dogs, the families, the children, all lining up. Everly bringing her hand-drawn birthday card. And dogs with birthday cards around their necks. 200 dogs in all.
That is the sweetest birthday
What
wish.
a great birthday party.
I think I've decided what my 100th birthday is going to be.
Why wait till you're 100?
That's true.
Have one next year.
That's true. Well, we had some doggy visitors in the studio today.
Yeah, meteorologist Matt Gray brought his dog Chili in to meet everyone. Pretty calm dog. There was only a few instances of noise.
I am obsessed with that dog.
Just relaxed.
She is so 11-month-old lab.
She did not seem 11
No.
Apparently, she failed out of being a ranch dog because she was just too mellow.
Oh gosh, isn't that nice? Well, not that I don't love, really happy, crazy labs, because I have one. Here is a photo with an amazing story from Steve Mattson. Okay, so this doe and her 2-week-old fawn, and boy, is the email inbox full of fawns this week. It is fawn season. They ended up somehow on opposite sides of this fence and ran back and forth for about 2 hours trying to get to each other. But don't get too sad because this does have a happy ending. Steve says they finally figured it out and ran off into Riverside State Park together, away from the fences, and yes, back together. I could tell that they're getting a little nervous on the news desk. They were a happy ending. Jerry Rawls shared this photo of a father bluebird, and if you look closely, baby bluebird is in the box, hungry and wanting more. He spotted this adorable scene at Turnbull National Wildlife Refuge. From Kimberly of Northwest Sky Photography, some napping goslings in North Idaho. It's also gosling season. Mary Wilbur shared this photo of a mule deer in velvet. Beautiful, beautiful, healthy looking scene. Dora Z. Davis, this male calliope hummingbird, they are feisty and grouchy. This one in particular, very protective of the feeder and the perch that he is on right now, scaring off all other hummingbirds unless, Dora says, they happen to be female. And finally, what a gorgeous big old bull moose from Jeremiah Philippe. Found this beautiful moose on the North Fork of the Coeur d'Alene River. Thank you so much for all the wonderful photos this week. Kirsten?
See, when you see a moose like that, you want to go closer, right? What a sweet face.
Yeah,
it is a
sure.
sweet face.
I know. I've learned my lesson.
When you have a giant zoom lens and they're not really looking at you.
They do look cuddly, though.
They are so sweet. Oh. Great
Don't do it.
I know. Gotta stay away. All right, thanks, Chris. The Federal Trade Commission is suing Amazon, accusing the company of tricking its customers. It's alleging that Amazon deceived millions of people into signing up for its Prime subscription service. Prosecutors say the company also used deceptive interface designs known as dark patterns to prevent users who were actually trying to cancel their memberships. No word from Amazon about the lawsuit.
It's been almost a year since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, ending decades of federal abortion right protections. Since then, 14 states, including Idaho, have almost completely banned abortions. Most obstetricians and gynecologists are worried about the effects of revoking the federal right to an abortion. That's according to a new survey by KFF. The organization surveyed hundreds of practicing OBGYNs nationwide. More than 2/3 said the ruling has worsened their ability to respond to pregnancy-related emergencies and exacerbated pregnancy-related mortality. In general, more than 1/3 of the doctors surveyed said it has become difficult to practice within the standards of medical care. Many are also concerned that this will make it harder to attract new OBGYNs to the field. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has cleared lab-grown meat to be produced and sold in the U.S. The cell-based proteins are grown in a giant vat, much like what you'd find at a beer brewery. Supporters hope it will help fight climate change by reducing the need for traditional animal agriculture, which emits greenhouse gases.
After tensions boiled over in the Bronx Tuesday night, the Mariners and Yankees went head-to-head once again. Highlights from Seattle's pivotal game in New York, next in sports.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Parker Toyota.
But still no sign of 19-year-old Kristen Smart.
She went to the party by herself, and that was the last time I saw her.
People do not vanish without a trace.
Friday, 2020 is all new.
Inside the stunning, decades-long investigation that led to justice.
He said, "Sheriff, this is human blood. My heart just stopped."
We're going to get you, and it's not going to be in the afterlife. It's going to be in this life.
What you haven't yet heard.
You were worried that he would kill you too.
Right.
New 2020, Friday night on ABC.
So much of life happens at home, which is why your home should be a place of inspiration, designed around great floors you love. Spending time at home on Great Floors is something to celebrate. Great Floors is offering discounts on select top-quality Mohawk products. Save 10% on Revwood flooring. Revwood Flooring by Mohawk offers stress-free style so you can live life on floors you love. Plus, ask about your 12-month 0% in-house financing. Visit a Great Floors showroom for details and live life on Great Floors.
Let's wave the flag together. Hello, I'm Mark Peterson with 4 News Now, presenting the Great American Flag Swap. Bring your old tattered flag to any BECU Spokane location on Friday, June 23rd. In exchange, you'll receive a new American-made flag from Uncle Sam's Flag and Gift.
BECU is proud to be part of the Great American Flag Swap. We're honored to live in a community that supports veterans and military families who sacrifice for the benefit of us all. Visit us in Spokane and see what banking is like when people come first. BECU, not for profit, equals more for people.
This is it. The RV sales event of the year is happening now at Super One Foods Colville. During the summer getaway sales event, choose from the best brands: Riverstone, Venture RV, Winnebago, and more. Over 600 RVs to choose from. Payments just $239 per month. $2,000 over JD Power for your trade-in. Plus, get a Yeti cooler and Traeger grill with your purchase. Don't let these summer deals get away. 5 days only, June 21st through the 25th. The hottest deals at this summer getaway event. Now at the Super One Food Colville, just off North Highway Road. Hurry in today.
You know, I actually spoke to the Denver Nuggets, and literally 4 days after they won the championship, and I thought they were calling about Mo, and they'd already had a conversation about Mo, but he was talking specifically about Justin.
Well, when the NBA champion Denver Nuggets want you on their team, it's probably a good sign. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. The NBA draft is approaching. Washington State's Mohamed Gay and Justin Powell are gaining a lot of attention from different teams around the league, including the Denver Nuggets. Gay is a 6'11" center who made the All-Pac-12 first team and was the Cougars team captain. Powell was one of the best shooters on the team at 42% from three-point range last season. Now, Gay is a projected second-round pick. Powell is not on many draft boards, but is a great candidate for an undrafted free agent contract. Washington State head coach Kyle Smith says both players have the potential for long NBA careers.
I think Mo, I think he's got a chance to be He obviously has a little bigger ceiling. He's just such a tremendous athlete. As he gets stronger and more experienced, I think he could be a really good two-way player in the NBA, potential starter down the road. And then Justin is just, he's a specialist in his decision-making and his ability to shoot and size. And he does. He's 6'6" guy that can bang threes, good, easy to play with. So, and he's a guy that had a lot of the NBA attention when he's younger.
Find out at the NBA Draft, 5 o'clock tomorrow night. And you can catch it right here on KXLY following a special edition of 4 News Now. Now, you ever been in the middle of two people having an argument and you're just there awkwardly watching? That's what the Mariners-Yankees game was like last night. Both teams exchanged words and some gestures, and tension was in the air. Now, the Mariners, they came up short, but they had a chance to redeem themselves tonight. Luis Castillo on the mound for the Mariners. He's the guy you want pitching, but he made some mistakes in this one. New York's Jake Bauers pummels one to left field for a home run. The Mariners fall behind 2-0 early. Very next inning, Yankees up to bat again. Castillo on the mound again, and this time it's Billy McKinney who gets them with a home run. Yankees adding to the lead with the long ball here. Castillo only made it through 5 innings before he was taken out of the game. Now, Seattle trying to get a rally started in the late innings. Dylan Moore has played most of this season in the minor leagues due to injury. Here he is putting the Mariners on the board with the home run, but they didn't do much scoring other than that. Strikeout right here will do it. That'll end the game. Seattle falls 4-2. The Mariners will look to avoid the sweep tomorrow. Game time is scheduled for 4:05 p.m. Spokane Indians win 6-5 over the Tri-City Dust Devils tonight. First pitch for tomorrow's games at 6:35, and it'll be Hawaiian night at Avista Stadium, so everyone's encouraged to wear their Hawaiian shirts. Washington State infielder Elijah Hainline has entered the transfer portal, according to D1Baseball.com. Hainline led the Cougars with 12 home runs this season, the most by any Washington State player since 2012, so safe to say this will be a pretty big loss. Hainline, who played at Meade High School, has started at both second and third base over the past 2 seasons at WSU. He has the option to return to Pullman next season if he wants to. He's already the 7th Washington State player to enter the transfer portal this offseason. New year, new stadium for the University of Idaho. The Board of Education approved to change the name of the football facility to the P1FCU Kibbe Dome. The Lewiston-based credit union, P1FCU, bought the naming rights for $5 million for 10 years. P1FCU can now use the dome for advertising and promotion. The university and the credit union will now work on new logos and signage around the facility, and that deal begins July 1st. And that'll wrap us up for sports. We'll be right back.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, and the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula. A calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
At Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, you'll find countless chairs, including our legendary Lazy Boy recliner, in styles to meet your every need. And yes, that includes naps. Announcing the 4th of July sale. For a limited time, you can save 30% on everything in the store. Plus, you'll receive 36-month special financing on your purchase. And rest well, knowing everyone's happy. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa. Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Oh, is that it? I think that's the end of the show.
We were talking about donuts, so that means
and subs.
Time to go.
It's the weekend.